No! I mean, hello. Once again, E3. PC gaming show. Like every year. This could be the best, or at least... Shut up! PC gaming show. Didn't mute myself. This could be the best or the funniest show by far. We'll see. Now, I believe the audio might be quite low on the stream end, so I will have to check that in a second or two. I'll probably just have to readjust it while there's actual gameplay being shown. And well, pause you and check you. I'll probably just have to. Yeah, that's quite low. Fuck it, I have nothing to write down. What? Oh no, I found the block! How are you? Oh, that's an idea. What the fuck is that? Oh, there we go! Finally a blank page. And you are at that one. Can you still see it? Yeah, okay. 4, 3, 2, 1, shill time!
This is the PC game.
It is!
It's
day 9 here?
Vibrant gaming platform. For the next 2 hours, you'll see
Okay, 2 hours, that's fine.
Footage, trailers, and interviews. Taking the stage today are first gameplay footage for Vampire the Masquerade, Bloodlines 2.
Where's day 9?
Borderlands 3.
Oh no.
The reveal of Evil Genius 2.
Haven't heard of it.
Stardancer, Last Oasis.
That was new though.
Games from Coffee Stain Studios.
And check the audio. Might be good. Not quite sure. Put you up a little bit. There we go.
From the Ashes. Mosaic. Warframe.
Oh, Wolfram, that's still happening.
Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah!
3.
Oh yeah!
The
Chill move.
reveal of Unexplored 2. El Hijo.
Elijo!
Wonders, Planetfall, and more. And now your PC gaming show hosts.
Is it?
Day 9.
Ah, he's back
Frankie
again!
Ward.
And who? Is it 2 dudes?
Good morning, good morning.
Oh, is it her from last year as well?
Yes.
Where's the couch?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the PC Gaming Show.
Yeah, it's her again!
Yeah.
Well, check the audio.
Yes.
1.
We're so happy
Two.
you're here today. We have a great show.
Glad
for
to have
lined
you
up. We got
back.
30 games that we're going to be showing off. 30
Shut up. Oh, check the audio.
yes.
1. That's fine.
And titles. Others will be exclusive.
Frankie Hard, that's her name.
First looks. Y'all ready?
I wonder why.
Well, I first want to thank our sponsors for helping make this event possible. Without their support, this event would not happen each year. So thank you so much. Thanks to you for coming out. It's 10 a.m. in
Where's
Los Angeles.
AMD?
Happy Monday, everyone. Best day of the
Where
week.
AMD at?
Hello to all of you up in the balcony.
Damn
And
it.
of course,
I guess they have their own
thanks
show
to
now.
You tuning in live from all over the internet, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, wherever you're tuning in from, welcome. We're happy to have you. My name is Day 9. I'm one of your hosts for this event. Joining me is the fantastic
Frankie Hard.
Ward.
Hello! Oh, thank you very much. Thank you, Sean. Hello, everyone. Now, for you guys at home, for the first time...
Oh, look at that! The shirt is fixed. It's no longer ripped at the side. I'll remember.
Just remember that. I said clever comments from Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook throughout the show, making you famous on the internet, on the screen.
Clever comment. Let's see what Twitch chat has to say.
We're especially looking for your questions
Oh,
for the
is that a Pepe?
Borderlands 3 team, because
Oh, that's a
Sean,
penis.
you've got a mission
Oh.
to put their questions
Yeah, that's a penis.
to the developers later.
That's right. Midway through this show, I'm going to be asking those questions to the creative director of Borderlands 3. Use hashtag PC Gaming Show, and we'll read them live.
Oh yeah,
Until
sure,
then,
that'll be
Let's
curated to
start
all fuck.
the PC Gaming Show with our very first title from UK developer Rebellion. Several years ago, they announced that they were working on the follow-up.
Check the audio.
With our very first title from UK developer
Should be fine.
Rebellion. Several years ago, they announced that they were working on the follow-up.
Check the... Yeah, that's
Ready
fine.
to stroke a cat menacingly. Here is the world exclusive reveal for Evil Genius 2 World Domination.
I miss the couch. Honestly, I do. But it was gone last year as well, wasn't it? So nothing new there. A whole bunch of little worker bees. I see them. They're all the same. All the same symbol. He looks like Jiren. They all look like Jiren, except her. Yeah, that makes it somewhat easier, doesn't it? So you get to build your own base and have it be invaded? That sounds neat. Do we get to see gameplay? Ooh. Ooh. A chance to win!
Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 is the successor to
Where's
one of the
Day 9?
most beloved RPGs ever. And with me to talk about it, I have Brian Mitsoda and Cara Ellison from Hardsuit.
Why is he wearing gloves? What the
Now, Brian,
fuck?
You were a writer on the very first game, so what does it mean for you to finally get to work on the sequel?
I'm glad to get paid
It means
again.
that a lot of people have very high expectations, and we have to meet those.
Well, let's take a look at whether you are going to meet them, because we are going to take a look at the world's first gameplay footage.
Show it. I don't care, to be honest. But it might look interesting after all.
I guess I have to be the one to tell you. You're dead.
Brap! Brap! Brap!
You're obviously new to this whole existence, but truth is, most of you types won't even make it a whole year. We have one rule. You don't break the masquerade.
Get it? Feed your power. On the night.
The city. We're all
Ah!
fighting over
What fuck?
scraps here. Welcome
Probably
to the
Hooker.
first day of the rest of your death. Having fun yet?
That wasn't gameplay. Oh, the problem with the gameplay, show it.
Guys, what does it mean to be a vampire in this world?
So in Empire, what it is, it's kind of a darker version of our world, and the vampires kind of need to keep their presence secret from humanity. So the vampires.
It's for
are
people
kind of,
who know how to understand
staying
time
hidden in the
zones.
shadows, while
Kappa.
also needing to feed on human beings and kind of manipulating us in order to get blood.
We're talking about feeding on human beings. I'm
Ah!
back to last year's.
Shadow's voting, isn't it?
It's not just a case, though, of sucking blood and filling up your health meter, is it? Actually, different types of blood do different things.
Pooja.
That's right. So we
Oh,
have
there we
a
go.
resonance system, which means that essentially vampires can kind of see the emotional resonance of human beings. Like
sounds problematic
fear
already.
Or desire, and then they can feed on those people to like feel the same things as human beings do, to feel more kind of alive.
The PC
actually
stream is in
like
1 hour.
boost.
Well,
Okay.
kill off
And there's
lights.
a really
You're gonna
interesting
miss it.
character
There we
as
go,
well.
extra
What kind of
gameplay.
relationships are we gonna be
Uninterrupted,
building
that's
with
good.
the player?
Well, very fragile, very volatile.
Never mind me,
relationships,
it's
very
interrupted.
mature relationships, so it's going to be.
Look at this amazing gameplay, just
And one
walking
thing that was really
forward.
intriguing to me when I was learning about this game is You don't just get bitten and turn into Nosferatu, Dracula, or Brad Pitt. And to be honest, I think you should maybe put Brad Pitt into the game, because then I'm definitely playing it. You actually have to adjust to your environment to becoming a vampire, Tara.
That's right. So essentially,
Why did you do that?
In the game, when you were made as a vampire, sort of very young vampire, a lot of other vampires are made at the same time in this thing called the Mass Embrace. And that means that essentially they're having a less
narrative
lucky time
designer
than you in the world. You're having a relatively good time compared to them.
Problem
they're
here.
They're going through vampire
Problem
puberty,
glasses.
on their own, and you might have
Might
a
be
family,
pandering.
You might have, say, a wife and children, and you are morally objecting to drinking blood to survive, and so you might have a less good time, let's say, than the player is having. So you can find them throughout the world as well.
And Brian, the first game came out in 2004. You've been waiting 15 years.
It was a
for this.
buggy
Any
mess,
pressure?
but it was good, I heard.
Yeah, tons of pressure. But yeah, we're going to make it worth it.
Well, you know what? I think there are people around the world watching this.
Oh,
and
he's
of course,
nervous.
the
I
audience
saw
who
that.
Can't wait to play this game. Can you wait, guys?
Ooh. Can you wait,
So I
guys?
think you've convinced everyone
Check
here
the
now.
audio. Whatever you say, I don't care.
Can't wait to play this game. Can you wait, guys?
Ooh. It's fine.
More.
Bloodlines2.com.
Thank you so much, Brian and Cara. Good luck. Give it up, guys. So much. Now,
I missed the
if you ever
couch.
wanted to play Dwarf Fortress in space, Starmancer is a space station sim from Ominux Games and Chucklefish.
Didn't Dwarf
After a
Fortress get
catastrophe on
fucked
Earth,
recently
humanity has launched a
by,
desperate attempt to find
you know,
refuge among the stars.
the usual
Your
suspects?
task is to manage a colony capable of sustaining life, crafting components, controlling colonists, and sending out crews to mine asteroids. But when you're living in space, there can be big consequences for even the smallest mistakes. Let's take a look at the brand new gameplay for Starmancer.
It's a fish. Get it? Wake up, suddenly space. I get it. Yeah, I saw this during the preview. Grow your colony. Can I make it how I want to make it? Like with the people I want to make it? Nope, apparently not. You are here. Look at the evil dudes! You can tell because they have pirate flags and they're red. Yeah, we are blue. Pirate leader, you think you can stop me? Prepare to be destroyed. Ahaha. They just got in. Look, it's actual aliens. They're red. Do it again. Steam! That's good.
Our next guests both started as modders, and now they each independently run their own studio. Let's welcome to the stage from Tripwire, John
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Gibson,
it's that
and from
dude.
Torn Banner, Steve Piggott.
It's Killing Floor, is it?
Sean.
I believe so.
Now I understand. Both of you started as modders, working independently, running your own studios. Talk to me about the collaboration that you started together.
Yeah, Steve. So we've known the Torn Banner guys for a long time, even giving them some advice when they were modders, going commercial, helping them not make the mistakes that we made.
Oh, that one.
And we've been friends, and we've always wanted to work together.
Chivalry too,
and
really?
now we've sort of formed this independent, former mod team, professional super group to get an awesome game out to fans.
Yeah, and for us, this is a dream partnership as well. We've always been really close with Tripwire, and we really respect their games. We see them as one of the few studios that's bringing true innovation to the FPS genre, and that's what we're all about as well.
Well, let's take
Pandering.
a look at this upcoming collaboration between Torn Banner and Tripwire.
What is it? Is this chivalry true? It is! What the fuck? This was known before. Oh, that's a subtitle. Did nothing. This was known. You showed the subtitle. It's coming to. Oh, look at that. Fuck you. What does chat have to say about this?
Oh,
Let's check it out.
talk to me about Chivalry 2, Steve.
Ooh, epic of still. Yep, nobody cares. You fucked up, guys.
And our flagship game mode, Team Objective, does that by having players complete medieval objectives like sieging castles,
Oh boy,
raiding
the
villages,
chat doesn't want none of this epic shit. Holy shit.
And yeah, you're not just going and standing in an area and then a bar fills up. You're, like you said, burning houses, killing peasants.
Well,
you know,
Yeah.
playing as peasants.
Vanguard.
It's really about
Never
letting
played
the
it.
player experience
Wait,
every iconic
where did the
moment
archer's
of the
vote
hero.
go?
And on top of that,
It's
we've
gone
this time
now.
around, We've increased the player count scale to about 2.5 times.
What the
the previous
fuck?
scale,
Oh, it's back.
64 players. And on top of that increased scale, we've added horses, which really allows us to add a lot of drama to the game and bring experiences like
Wait, what the fuck?
Battle of the Bastards from Game of Thrones.
Don't worry, we'll ignore the last
We
season.
formed
Just
a
Battle of the
modder,
Bastards is gonna be
former
a big game.
modder, now
First, I wanna
publisher,
ask
developer,
about the
mega group.
swordplay element to Chivalry
And we
2.
sold out
I mean,
to
I know
Epic?
it's a
That
really
it?
critical element.
Yeah, and this time around, we've completely revamped. I mean, we really view what we're doing here as bringing a true sequel in every sense.
Yeah.
We've attempted to completely revamp the combat, movement, and animation systems so that every swing, every action of the combat feels readable and fair, and also has the satisfaction of and the weight that you would expect when two medieval knights in full armor are clashing.
Yeah, and it's very, very fluid and much more
Pop
accessible in this
Tarts.
game. And it's, you know, the pace is so much quicker. It was what I really enjoy when I'm playing it.
Yeah, and I wanted to ask about the fluidity, because in a lot of melee combat games, you hit a button and there's like a full animation swing and then you sort of reset. So it's kind of these discrete, chunky times. I understand that in Chivalry 2, the swordplay operates differently than that.
Yeah, we kind of think of it like when you're swimming, where you're kind of constantly using both arms at the same time. And
Yeah.
a core part of our focus this time around has been making it so that players can fight multiple opponents at the same time.
Like 1-on-3, 1-on-4 situations.
Exactly, because that's fundamentally part of the becoming the ultimate warrior fantasy
Really?
and achieving glory on the battlefield.
Well, I mean, I do have to ask, I'm talking about swordplay and mastery, but the original Chivalry, I mean, it's kind of like silly fun. Like, how do you balance the mastery with the fun element?
Yeah, our goal has always been to make it so that players can take the game as seriously as they want to and also as silly as they want to. We know that probably about half our audience plays the game drunk, and we love that.
At least half.
Yeah.
That's an important metric to track.
And the
You'll have to get me drunk to try this one, since it is on Epic.
In the over-the-top voiceovers and the role.
Or I might just board a ship and play it
the
that
game
way.
is genuinely hilarious. As an example, you can beat a man with a chicken while quoting Shakespeare.
Like, so like picking up a chicken as a
Yeah,
weapon,
physically
that's a
clubbing
mechanic.
him to death with a
Well,
chicken.
that's excellent. Well, I mean, I have to ask, when can people get their hands on Chivalry 2?
This
Chivalry
year.
2 is coming out early 2020,
Ah,
and it's coming first to the Epic Games Store.
first.
Oh, look forward to checking it out in early 2020. Gentlemen, John
No
Dixon, Steve
applause,
Piggott
no nothing.
with Chivalry
And
2.
chat is booing. Oh,
We are
guys.
just getting started here at the PC Gaming
Oh,
Show. Let's
guys.
take a look at what's coming up next.
You're watching the PC Gaming Show. Coming up, build a world for wildlife in Planet Zoo. From the creators of Darksiders, Remnant from the Ashes, Baldur's Gate 3, and more trailers, interviews, and gameplay footage.
I miss AMD. Black Ops. Flip flop. Look, it's Netta. We are all addicted to the mobile garbage. Except for me, I don't play that shit. Look, we are all so disconnected. I can't believe it. Below your mind? What is it? Below your mind. Look, everybody's a drone! I get it. Oh, mosaic. Do I care? No.
That was a brand new trailer for Mosaic, a dark and atmospheric adventure game coming later this year from developer Killbyte and publisher Raw Fury. So how are you guys enjoying it so far? There's been some swords, some space stations, vampire puberty. We're listening to your reactions to the PC Gaming Show throughout the entire broadcast, no matter what platform you're watching and ranting on, so keep them coming. Our next game is a ghost-themed multiplayer hide-and-seek game inspired by a popular mod. Charge up your proton packs and get ready for Midnight Ghost Hunt.
What the fuck? That's not Ghostbusters. That's not Ghostbusters. Show it.
When the night falls,
could be decent. Show it. Shit. It's just prop hunt, really? What the? Really?
you can count on me. Darling, if you
Legally distinct. Definitely, it's just prop hunt.
make you feel brand new. So just tell me, where are you?
Why would I play this if the proper Ghostbusters game is getting remastered? You know, Ghostbusters 3. Okay, Fights Ghost 2. Midnight Ghost Hunt. Yeah, that's a prop hunt. That was spooky ghosts. Look, it's gonna strike midnight. Ah, I'm spooked. Oh! Ah! This might actually be a good gameplay mechanic.
Joining me on the stage to talk about Midnight Ghost Hunt is the dynamic one-man team. Creative director, programmer, designer, it's Sam Malone!
Who?
Sam, please tell us what is going on in that. What is Midnight Ghost Hunt all about?
So Midnight Ghost Hunt is a multiplayer ghost hunting hide-and-seek game. You can play either as ghosts or ghost hunters, like a 4v4 format.
I see.
The ghosts can hide inside average everyday objects around the haunted house.
It's prop hunt!
To look like harmless furniture, but on the inside, they're not so harmless ghosts as you saw.
Yeah, and if I'm understanding correctly, it's not about hiding as a lamp to try to assault and take out a hunter. It's actually, you would do that so that way you can keep running away and continue to hide.
Exactly. So the main objective of the ghosts is to try to stay hidden as long as they can until
the
time runs out, until the clock strikes midnight. Midnight being kind of the
so it's over then.
Basically, they can fight back if they like, but in general, they want to try to hide. But if there's a hunter kind of off by himself, he can quickly just hit him in the back of the head and knock him out real quick, and he has less hunters to deal with at that point.
I see. Well, what's the identity of the hunters? I mean, we've been seeing furniture flying all over the
Who
place.
cares? Why not just have it be, you make it to midnight and then you have a bonus round, so to
It's kind of
say.
almost like a detective game because they're sort of trying to figure out where the ghosts are hiding because it's not really obvious at first glance. So they've got gadgets like a footprint tracker, they've got like a radar like you saw.
A footprint tracker from the ghosts.
These ghosts are hiding, as soon as the first ghost is found, though, it starts getting a bit more chaotic. There's ragdolls flying everywhere, and they have that cannon to really try to smash the ghosts into pieces. So those are kind of the two aspects of the ghosts.
I see. Well, talk to me a little bit about the inspiration for Midnight Ghost
It's
Hunt. I understand
Ghostbusters,
based
say
on
it.
Gary's mod called Prop Hunt.
Right. So
That too.
that's definitely a big inspiration, but the big twist for us is that the props fight back.
Wow!
The furniture, they
What a
hurl themselves
twist.
at you, they knock you out.
Capture
they
the
send you
flag,
flying.
but the flag
So it
keeps
kinda almost
moving.
becomes like this
Get it?
action hide-and-seek sort of
That's a twist.
mashup. You have a reason to be a little bit afraid of the things that you're hunting. So that changes up the dynamic a good amount, I think.
And I want to ask about when the clock strikes midnight. We saw the very
Have
spooky
you
red
seen a
color
ghost?
pop up. We didn't
Yeah!
see it.
Everybody say
What
yeah!
happens then? What's
Yep,
going on?
everybody's going for
So
A.
midnight, if even one ghost survives 4 minutes into the match, then you hear this ominous grandfather clock chime across the map.
Okay.
All the lights will actually flicker out. It'll get really dark and
Okay.
scary, and all of the ghosts that were destroyed actually return as vengeful spirits. They're a lot more powerful than before, and they glow a very brilliant red. So at this point, the tables have turned. The hunters are now the hunted, and they just need to try to work together to
Okay,
stay alive
sounds
long enough
neat.
for the evac to come, which is another 4 minutes or so.
50% of
Usually the
chat
ghosts
has
win
seen a
when
ghost.
it gets to midnight.
Are you talking about like 90% of the time?
Like
wind up
90,
something
yeah,
like
usually
that?
because the ghosts are so overpowered at midnight.
Right.
The hunters are doing whatever they can to try to prevent midnight from even occurring by destroying all of the ghosts and clearing.
That's a bonus run I wanted. That's
Well,
good.
awesome. When can people get the chance to try out Midnight Ghost Hunt?
So we'll
Next
be running an
year.
alpha event later in the summer. You can sign up at midnightghosthunt.com. I'd also like to give a shout out to our Discord, discord.gg/midnightghosthunt.
Don't
Later
use
in the summer, we'll be
Discord.
giving out keys on our Discord as well as on
A
our
whole
website.
war game just
Wonderful.
sounds
Ladies and gentlemen,
epic.
Sam Malone from Vaulted Sky Games. For our next title, we got Frankie up in the balcony, and if I understand correctly, Frankie, this is a sequel.
You do understand correctly, Sean, yes. It's a big sequel to a small indie game. Unexplored 2 is a procedural adventure, a roguelike that challenges you to fight, to be clever, and to solve its mysteries. Explore a beautiful world, engage with its creatures, and befriend its people. Search for magic lakes and ancient statues until you die. And die again. This is Unexplored 2.
Is it a roguelike? Big sugar! Get fat! And diabetes too. Worth a challenge. Just zoom to the ground. Ah. There's a fight. Why not just zoom to the ground now? Just zoom all the way to the back of him. Behind him. You're over. You know what? I will be right back. Give me a second. It's an ancient god. Can I fight that? Oh! Wish list on Steam. That's good. It's on Steam.
One of the biggest bang for your buck that you can get when building a new rig is investing in a new monitor. And here to talk about a groundbreaking new display is Samsung's Dean Del Cerro. Welcome, Dean. What you got for us?
It's not working.
RG5 curve.
Shit, it is working.
Well, let's take a look.
How much is it gonna cost me? I'm not seeing a monitor. Show the monitor. Yeah, holy shit, frame rate works like that. I can't believe it. Rapid curve. Really? It's the monitor. C27RG5. Cannot find it.
Dean, we've seen the video, and I gotta start asking.
Can't find it. I already
Juicy
forgot how it's
features
called.
and specs.
So it's a 240 hertz curved gaming panel. We believe it's a world first. So you have lag-free and tear-free performance.
For 799
And we
bucks.
think that the curved, it's a 1500 art radius, is going to be a very immersive experience that you wouldn't get from a traditional flat panel.
And I wanted to ask
Oh,
a
there
little
it is
bit
again.
about
Show the name.
some of the color specs.
Sure,
CR
it's a 3001
27 is
contrast
it?
ratio. So you
G?
get those deeper blacks, brighter whites, and hopefully you'll see
Did OLED?
these
Better be.
first before they see you in the dark scenes.
Yeah, and I understand.
Why
that
spin
the
so
G-Sync
fast? I
is
want to see the
something-
goddamn the name.
G-Sync compatible monitor, so we're super excited about that.
Well, since this is the PC gaming show and we're showing off a huge variety of games here, what are the types of games that you would expect that?
Why do it like that? Where's the
G-Sync
name?
work well with?
Sure, so we think everybody's going to appreciate the speed and the performance, but ultimately, esports first-person shooters are really going to
No, it's gone. Fuck you.
Well, of course, I have to ask, not just when is it available, but what type of cost are we talking?
Sure, so it'll be available in mid-July for under $400 for a 27-inch panel. So it expands our gaming lineup to 8 models. Yeah.
Because
Okay.
you said 400. I mean, that's the 27-inch is the $400. Wow.
Yeah, so our gaming lineup will be expanded to 8 models, ranging from 24 all the way up to a 49-inch dual QHD. Check out samsung.com/gaming240 or see us in the back of the room for more info.
Yeah, that's right. For any of you in the audience, it's there. You can go there for it.
Well, doesn't sound bad.
Not 4K.
It's not 4K.
Not for that price point.
Well, I want to let you know that we have all sorts of great presentations and games coming up. Let's look at what's coming up in the PC Gaming Show.
Epic!
Stay tuned for more announcements, trailers, and never-before-seen footage, including Gearbox answers burning questions about Borderlands 3.
Nobody cares.
The next game from Clay Entertainment.
Oh, somebody cares.
Get ready to rip the galaxy a new wormhole in Valfaris. And more.
That's a meme. Fucking can't stand Borderlands.
And now the PC Gaming Show presents What's Next from Funcom.
Who? It's a female! Who is she?
Hello, everyone. Thanks for the warm applause.
Why does she get the stage for her
It's
own?
very exciting for all of us at Funcom to be here at the PC Gaming Show
Rosli!
for the very first time ever.
Where's she from?
And naturally, we would like to show some of the cool stuff that we've been working on. So, without further ado, here are some of the games coming for 2019.
Who the hell is Funcom?
Something strange is going on all across the zone. I don't fear nothing.
Is this available on Discord, I want to say? Or it's not? I don't know. I haven't been keeping up with PC gaming as much as I would love to.
A lot's happened since you've been traveling, Khan. We could use your skills.
Stalkers got each other's backs, right? What happens to you happens to me.
Yeah, that's going on. What it is. Oh, that's an RTS! Might be good! No, it's a tower defense with a wave. Will be bad. What's this? Moons of Madness. This looks pretty good. Halloween, okay. Ah, never mind me. Might still end up being decent. Decent.
Who would have thought? My son, off to fly among the stars.
Who the hell is Funcom? Google it!
Welcome to the stage, founder and director of Mighty Kingdom, Philip Mays.
Funcom, who is it?
So yeah, at Funcom we've been doing our own games for over 26 years now. But recently we had the great pleasure of working with some other very talented
Rosli,
developers
that's why she's called
and
that.
help them publish their games.
And on that note, I'd like to introduce Phil Mace. He is founder of Mighty Kingdom, a studio out of Australia, who has been working with us on something
Oi!
a little
Snarky
different.
cunt!
Thank you, Natasha. So on April 1st this year, we put out a little trailer for something called Conan Chop Chop.
Chop Chop.
And considering the date, it was perhaps no surprise that people decided that that was an April Fool's joke. So,
but it wasn't.
We have a little surprise for you. Check this
Chop
out.
Chop! How funny is it gonna look? Chop Chop! Quite possibly the best Conan game yet. Said that. Kotaku! Audio's fucking up. I can hear it. Is it for mobile? Could be. Never mind me, it's a PC gamer show. It's for both. Sure, I'll play that. I'll play that.
So there you have it, Conan Chop Chop. It's a roguelike action-adventure game. It's very real, and it's coming to PC, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and Nintendo Switch on September the 3rd this year. It's 2019.
Good.
We also have a playable version here at E3 at our demo room, so if you want to give stick figure Conan a try, then please don't hesitate to drop by. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Why did she get the stage for her own? I don't get it.
Last Oasis is a nomadic survival game set in a post-apocalyptic future where the Earth has stopped rotating. The last humans need to outrun the blazing sun in massive open-world environments. Good times. But cheer up, sunshine. This is one of the most original-looking multiplayers we've seen, with interesting ideas underneath. A player-driven economy and some incredible
So it's Eve.
machines. Coming to early access on Steam on July 15th, let's take a trip to the last Oasis.
I feel like I heard that title before.
To lift us over the burning sands. We must move forward.
Look at the sand beast! I've seen these before. Is it called the sand beast or what is it called? I hope they didn't just steal the design from the dude that made those. Cause that would be kinda shitty. What am I looking at? Oh, it's that game! Yeah, I saw it during the intro. This looks super neat. That's still kind of weird. Is there a monster? Can there be monsters? That's not a monster. Oh. Sure. I'm kinda tired today, I'm sorry. Whoa! It's the aliens! Ugh. This looks okay. It's just kinda memey. Look, it's the penguin. Where that? It's Steam. That's good. Meh.
The name of the game is Age of Wonders Planetfall, a 4X strategy game, and joining me on the stage to talk about it is the game director Leonard Sass and principal gameplay developer Tom Bird. Welcome, guys.
You know what?
Good to be here.
This just reminds me. Didn't they announce a 1,000-player battle royale at last year's PC gaming show? Whatever happened to that?
Age of Wonders is a turn-based strategy game where you play as one of the survivors of a shattered galactic empire. At the start of the game, you choose or create your own faction.
Yeah.
They include the Vanguard Expeditionary Forces, who are in cryosleep when everything went to hell. There's scavenging cyborgs, or the Amazon bioengineers who ride dinosaurs into battle.
Yeah. You know, I want to ask, because there's a pretty broad range
What?
of 4X strategy games. To give a sense of what the gameplay is, I just want to start from the beginning of a game. What happens when you first land on
I don't
the
know.
planet?
Well, each race has their own spaceship. The spaceship comes down onto the planet. The planet is where the entire game takes place. And that spaceship will then transform into your capital colony, where your entire empire begins, your sort of attempt to take over the world. Around you, you've got a number of sectors, and each of these sectors has a little story. Well, not most of them. So maybe you'll find a genetics lab, which is still full of horrible mutant creatures.
I would
an
not like
entertainment
being chased by a
complex overrun
statue.
by horrible robot monsters. A temple with holes in the sky and horrible demons who come and get you.
And I did see in the
Midnight
trailer,
Ghost
dinosaurs
Hunt looks
with
like an
lasers
adult
around.
version of
Yeah,
Luigi's
lasers,
Mansion.
Perfect. Well,
Cats with
Isn't
lasers.
that
Oh,
just
sorry.
Luigi's
No cats with
Mansion?
lasers.
It's fun, I mean.
I'm so sorry to disappoint all of you. No cats with lasers. You have to settle with dinosaurs.
But it needs to be
You know,
adult.
I saw the expansive tech tree show up in the game briefly, and I know that growing resources and tech is a huge part of strategy games. How does that function?
Right, so part of these tech trees come from your origin race. They sort of represent the past where you came from. They include new units, new modules for your units, like jetpacks for your troopers, orbital laser cannons you can launch from space, social doctrines, it's not all about war. And then the second part of your tech tree comes from your secret technology, and that's all about the future of your faction. So you can create like a combination between man
He's
and machine
nervous, I see that.
Yeah.
Don't play with your
Others include
penis.
doomsday technologies that allows you to infect the entire population with alien brain-eating parasites, or win the game by splitting space-time.
I love how many details you're giving me of the horrors that await on the planet.
The future is not a pretty place.
Well, I want to ask about some of the combat that we saw, because in a lot of strategy games, the combat can be very brief. It just, you know, shows two armies pinging off each other. But I understand that the tactical layer is quite rich.
Right, so when combat starts, you'll see, like on the world map, maybe like a little sort of space lab or something like that. When you go into combat, you will zoom all the way in, and you will be inside the lab. You'll see all the pipes and all of the goops flowing around. All of your units, which you've been putting together and built, are now deployed. In turn-based combat, you can move them into cover, use their abilities, shoot laser cannons.
So it
Maybe
will
you've
be
chosen the
tedious.
boss, you've got like a bunch of space wolves and little metal
Shit.
suits. They'll dig holes in the ground, like shoot from the,
There it
from
is.
the holes. Maybe you've chosen the Kirko, sort of horrible alien bug monsters. They run forwards and slash people and puke acid on them, that kind of thing.
I mean, how long do some of these battles wind up lasting?
There we go.
It depends. A short battle can be maybe 2 or 3 minutes, but at the end of the game, you know, you've got a massive siege with like 20 units on your side, 20 units on their side. You've got orbital cannons blasting out
Tedious.
the world, and that can maybe take 30 minutes.
Well, talk
It
to
sounds
us
a
about
bit tedious.
when we can play the game.
Okay.
This year!
The game is due this August 6th. It's going to
Yay.
be available on PC, multiple platforms, consoles, and it's available for pre-order now.
Well, lovely.
Multiple platforms, look at that.
that URL?
That worked out, didn't it?
It's aow-planetfall.com.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. It's less than 2 months away. Gentlemen, thanks so much for
Okay.
joining me up on the
Thank
stage.
That looks neat.
All right.
Can't complain about it. See ya, dude.
Thank you for sharing the horrors of the future. And for our next game, Frankie, I have to ask you, what year is it?
Why? The year is 1946, Sean, my dear boy.
Shitty
Europe
year.
lies in ruins, torn apart by the satanic Plan Z. A brave band of heroes cast the fury into hell, but little do they know, the nightmare is far from over. Achtung! This is the world-exclusive reveal of the next shooter from the makers of Sniper Elite 4.
Oh, wow. Wow. It's happening again.
Rated M for mature.
1946. Everybody is on me. Is that Will Smith? What the fuck? No, it looks like, it just looks like Genie. Look, it's zombies now. That's original. That's Will Smith. Wow. 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 Yep, sure. No, a Sniper Elite at least has the gimmick. Now it's just zombies. Epic. Look, there it is. It's a neat gimmick. But now with zombies, so even less of a challenge. It's payback time! No? Okay. Oh. Wow, I'm so excited for this. Can't believe it. Really? Just that one dude? That's it? Yeah, this looks pretty shit. Wow. 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 Nothing
Later
new.
on the PC
Nothing
Gaming
new.
Show, a love letter to classic JRPGs.
Oh.
What's next for Warframe?
Colors.
A surreal noir adventure.
Whoa.
Set before, during, and after the Big Bang. Baldur's Gate 3, and more.
Wait, does he turn into the Mind Flayer? What is it now?
For nearly 100 years, the Root have ravaged the Earth.
Perfect for gunfire games.
Ending assault.
Oh, it's the, yeah, it's the Darksiders, but just not.
We are victims
What was it called again?
to a hatred that we do not understand.
Something A.
This evil will consume our world and the countless worlds beyond. Unless
Wait, is it multiplayer?
rise to meet it. A trial by fury and blood. You seek the source of death itself. Prepare yourselves. They are here.
It's you! It's multiplayer, I don't care. Look, it's Dark Souls, but with guns! I get it. Look, wow. Remnant, don't care. From the Ashes. Available on Steam. That's good at least.
Joining me on the stage to talk about Remnant from the Ashes. In that trailer, we got the chance to see so much new gameplay footage and new environments. Let's welcome the CEO of Gunfire Games, David Adams. So David, I want to ask right away, for those who are unfamiliar with Remnant from the Ashes, what kind of game is it?
Shoot, bang, Dark Souls.
It's a co-op action shooter set on an apocalyptic Earth and across.
Say it. Say Dark Souls.
And I mean, in that trailer, we got the chance to see a huge variety of different environments. Like, what are these different places? Who's the player in this story?
So as a player, you're on sort of a Odyssey-like quest to save the world, and we really wanted to have a bunch of different cool locales that you go to.
Say Dark Souls, do it!
Different stuff, and you start on Earth, but it rapidly changes very quickly as you get into the game.
And one thing that we've talked about before is that replayability is a huge focus of the game, that you could play through it 10 times and still be seeing new bosses, new monsters, new locations. How exactly does that work?
Yeah, I think one of the coolest features of the game is the dynamic generation system. So we generate the maps, the enemies, the quests, NPCs, bosses, everything.
You've built those all by hand, right?
Yeah, it's all hand scripted, but the system takes all the pieces and stitches it together. So you might play the game and come into work and say, hey, I talked to a giant tree and fought a dragon boss, and I'll be like, I met a guy in a helicopter, an old guy in a helicopter, and killed a tree ant. And
wow.
Completely different experiences playing the same game.
And you just have to keep going through and eventually explore what all the possibilities are.
Yeah, you can play the game over and over again to see the stuff. You can jump into your friend's world to experience the content in their world.
Multiplayer.
That's a big part of the game, just jumping in and seeing what you get.
Well, I want to ask about loot, which is, I understand, a big part of the game. How does it function alongside this ever-shifting gameplay experience?
Yeah, the loot in the game is all legendary items, and it's tied into the dynamic generation. So
everything is
if you find a
legendary?
boss, or meet an NPC, or get a cool, unique side quest.
Root dragon.
It coincides with a cool, unique item. It might be a boss weapon, or a magical item, or armor. So if you play the game and you get all completely different events, you'll have different equipment than I have.
And in the trailer,
so it's a grind to get the best shit.
There were 3 people walking through these, and you mentioned the co-op experience. How does co-op function in the world?
So Dark Souls. The game's full co-op from beginning to end. You can jump in at any point, and the game's definitely slower paced, more difficult. I mean, you will die a lot in this game, so awesome. There's a huge advantage to bringing your friends to come in there and help you take down bosses or fight off different events or just generally progress through the world.
Yeah, well, I mean, as a big fan of Bloodborne and Dark Souls, I'm really looking forward to Remnant from the Ashes. What's the release date, and where can people go for more information?
He said it.
So
that counts.
Coming out August 20th on PC and Xbox.
At least he likes
PS4.
Bloodborne. That's a good game.
Pre-order the game now, you can actually get in early and start playing the game August 16th.
Well, awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, David Adams from Gunfire Games. Thanks so much for talking to us about Remnant. And as we mentioned earlier, keep those questions coming. I will be asking on stage the creative director of Borderlands 3.
Nobody cares.
Want to know. Doesn't matter what platform you're on, just use hashtag PCGamingShow. And until that time, let's talk about our next title. This one was announced 2 years ago at the PC Gaming Show here. It's a game from Clay Entertainment called Griftlands. It's changed quite a bit
I don't
in the
remember
last
this.
2 years. It's now a deck-building roguelike where you don't just fight, but you also negotiate your way through a broken-down sci-fi world.
A deck building.
It's going to be available on the Epic
cards.
Games Store in one short month on July 11th in alpha. Let's take a look at some of the footage of what you'll be playing.
It's really just a card game? No, I remember this now. What the fuck? That shit! The fuck? The hell? What the? Why they look like shit? No. Oh, of course it's on Epic. Nobody cares. It's shit and nobody cares. Good job, Clay. You did it.
Planet Zoo is the latest game from the makers of the brilliant Planet Coaster. Please welcome Piers Jackson and Lisa Bowens from Frontier Developments.
Hips. I see them.
Now, Piers, what kind of zoo are we going to be running here?
So Planet Zoo is a new management sim game from us. It involves you
Wait.
building and looking
Wait.
after a modern zoo.
I might need to retract what I just said.
Authentic animals we believe you've ever seen in a video game. Each of our animals are unique. They have their own needs, their own desires, and their own behaviors. They interact with each other and react with the world that you build around them. And today, for the very first time, We're really excited to show everyone here our gameplay video and to announce our launch date.
Oh, fantastic. Let's buy the world's largest family pass and take a look inside.
Why is she so buff? Doesn't Planet Coaster run on shit, like shit on pretty much everything? This could be good. Sure. Show it. Just show it. Yeah, I like this. I am into this. Can my toaster run this? Oh look, it's a scary crocodile. Could be. It's on Steam too! That's good.
Lisa, I love some of the animal shenanigans
Whoa.
here. I mean, hippos pooing, adorable baby elements. It's absolutely brilliant. I can't wait to play it. But before we saw the trailer, Piers mentioned this is a modern zoo, but what exactly does that mean?
So nowadays, when you go to the zoo, you're not just going to see all the lovely, pretty animals. You go there, you want to be, you know, learning about conservation.
Yep, sure. I haven't been to a zoo in years, but sure, I want to learn about the animals.
And these ideas of the modern zoo is really what we take to heart, and we're going to be promoting, you know, the health and the welfare of your animals as the most important thing to do.
And Piers, when can
Yeah, what the fuck up, I hear
more
that.
gameplay, and when are we going to be able to get our hands on it ourselves?
So we're obviously demoing the game all this week at E3, but most people aren't going to be able to see that. So we've recorded our presentation. Lisa's done a fantastic voiceover for it, and we'll be releasing that onto Frontier's YouTube channel. That goes live this Friday at 11 AM Pacific time.
Well, fantastic. I cannot wait to watch. Thank you so much for joining us, Piers and Lisa, everyone.
She has a tattoo. No. Why?
Next up, we have a very special guest all the way from Japan.
Oh, what could it be? PC, if it's Rary? Probably.
Please welcome to the stage.
I mean, the Good Life is coming to...
And Shenmue creator,
Oh.
Suzuki.
Oh. Shenmue. Okay.
That is right. Ladies and gentlemen, joining me on the stage is a legend of Japanese game development. It's Mr. Yu Suzuki.
Yay.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
In addition to being the brains behind the following games, Hang On, Space Harrier, Outrun, Afterburner, Virtual Racing, and Virtual Fighter, Yu-san
That's all good.
also created the Shenmue series. And he's here to talk about Shenmue 3 right now. Take
Still
it away,
coming out?
Yu-san.
この場に立てて光栄です。I am so honored to be here standing on the stage today. それと20年支えてくれたファンの皆さん、ありがとう。I just want to say thank you to all the fans supporting me for the long 20 years. Thank you very much.
Sure.
Wait. The wait is nearly over.
Good.
That's right. Let's take a world exclusive look at Shenmue 3.
Show it.
Honestly, I don't think your kung fu is strong enough.
Wait.
Grandmaster.
Why are you getting translated? Where did the money come from?
A long time ago, martial arts were bad, but humans are interesting creatures. They practiced in secret, away from prying eyes, and became stronger. One even practiced atop this very boat. None Tread survived the ban and was passed on in this way.
Sure.
What did you say to me? Stop it.
Threaten and extort money from
More.
street corners, get drunk by noon, and cause trouble. Everyone in town is afraid of them. are heartless.
Hey, wait right there.
Okay.
This is him, the Japanese guy who got in our way.
You've got some guts to barge in here on your own.
Okay. What the fuck? Why is it an epic?
I know.
The shit is this?
People have been waiting for Shenmue 3. I would like to once again thank you so much. Thank you, Yusan, for joining us.
The
today.
hell?
Cheers.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Did this not get kickstarted?
Now our next title is
Why
near and dear to
put it
my
on Steam?
childhood
That's a
heart. It's
sellout.
based upon
Fuck
a
you.
game I grew up playing called Heroes of Might and Magic 2. Let's take a look at an upcoming collaboration between Coffee Stain Studios and Lava Potion.
It's a remaster. It has to be. No, never mind me. This is like modern graphics.
We are in dead or in living. It's near and it's far. In human.
The audio's fucked up. It's not level. This might be pretty decent. I like how it looks. Do we get to see gameplay or just this?
Unleashed on them all, so in these final hours, we'll raise every bill to take back what was ours.
I would play this. Songs of Conquest. Classic adventure. Where is it? Close alpha. And hopefully that
The name of
gets
the game
on
is
Steam.
Songs of Conquest, and here to join me in talking about it is the lead designer from Lava Potion, Carl Toftfeld. Hey, Carl.
Hi, hey, thanks.
Hi.
I
Hey.
mean, let's just start off for anyone who maybe hasn't played the Heroes of Might and Magic series. What is Song of
You know what? Give me a second. We'll be right back.
It's all about, well, you kind of start out with in the town that you just saw in the end of the trailer. And from there, you recruit your wielders. It's what we call our commanders. And you recruit an army, and then you kind of send off your wielders on an adventure. And they go exploring the world, they pick up resources to flag mines, and with those resources, you upgrade your town so you can get more stuff, and that's kind of what you do. Adventure and strategy combined.
Yeah, and you know, I know that part of the core loop is obviously get the resources to build up the township, but for what reason? Armies, man. Talk to me about those juicy battles.
Yeah, so the battle, just like the whole game, is turn-based. So you go into combat, you bring all your troops in, and you start by deploying them, and then all the troops have different stats, like offense and defense and health and so on. And they go in initiative order, and then you slug it out, and it's a bit like chess, but instead of like pawns and bishops, you have like horned wands and face spirits.
Great, and griffins and so on.
Yeah, and all those things.
And well, you know, as someone who just loves the Heroes of Might and Magic series, I know that you have translated a lot of the gameplay elements into Songs of Conquest, but what are some of the modern elements that you're bringing in?
Well, there's a lot of it, but I mean, one of them is our magic system. We call it the essence. So basically, in the Songs of Conquest universe, everything has an essence within there. It's sort of like the soul. So your troops, they have an essence. And to do magic, you need to bring the troops with the right essence, with your wielders.
Oh, I see.
So if you want to like make your troops go faster, you need to bring a troop that has that essence, like cavalry.
And maybe to ask a basic question, what if my opponent kills that cavalry?
Then you can't do the magic. So.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. So if you're fighting someone, you kind of have to like weigh the pros and cons of what to kill off.
Info. What is it?
Magic over powerful troops.
Where can people go to get more information? And as always, when's it coming out?
Late 2020.
Yeah.
It's quite a ways off. It's quite a ways off, but you can go to songsofconquest.com and sign up for alpha, and then you can play earlier.
Well,
sure.
As you know, I'm really looking forward to playing it, Carl. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Now, our next title is an update to a popular co-op game. Let's see what's in store for Vermintide 2.
Hey, that's a good game, I heard. People like it. It's a dwarf! That's Vermin. Now, fight a new enemy. Could that be it? Oh, look at that! That's a new enemy. It's the Techno Rats. I see them. It's me! I get to play as a rat? This looks pretty neat. I can be Wolverine. Okay. Where is it? It's not on Steam. Show me Steam. It has to be on Steam. Yeah, pretty good.
You just saw the reveal of the new PvP mode coming to Vermintide 2, which turns the Warhammer Fantasy cooperative game into something even more brutally competitive. It looks deliciously vile, and surely dismembering Skaven is so much more satisfying when you know you're going ham on a fellow player, making him or her cry little baby rat tears behind their computer screen. You can sign up now for the Vermintide 2 Versus beta at vermintide2.com/versus. In Aspera, you're an artificial consciousness orbiting Mars, whose ultimate purpose is to terraform the planet, starting from a single drone in your landing site and turning the planet into a flourishing second home for humanity. Courtesy of developer Talon Industries and publisher Raw Fury, here's a first ever look at Per Aspera.
What?
As we all know, reaching the Red Planet was not humanity's greatest achievement. Transferring the complexity of the human mind to machines was. So they can succeed where we failed. So they can build us a home on that distant, dusty rock. Today, Amy reaches Mars and begins their mission. Amy, are you with us?
Of course, I'm with you, Houston.
That's not terraforming. Where are the trees at? Oh, I see water. Where are the trees at? Question remains. On Steam. That's good.
In the Assassin's Creed universe, our next guest sent players back in time to rewrite history. But for his debut project with indie studio Panache Digital Games, he's going to take us back 10 million years to where humanity began. Here to tell us all about ancestors is creative director and co-founder Patrice Desolé. Welcome, Patrice.
What's that, dude?
Thank you for having me. I'm really happy to be here. I've been waiting 10 years to come back on a big stage at E3 showing off again.
Well, it's fantastic to have
Big-ish
you back.
stage.
I just want to ask, what inspired you to tell the story of human evolution?
Well, when I started Panache, I needed a game, an open world game in which you can do a lot of things. You need a character in a 3D environment at first. And I said, oh, I'm the historical guy.
I might have to get going in a second or two again.
So I said, oh, let's go back at the very beginning. It'll be easier to do.
At the very beginning, not to the very beginning? That's one ugly monkey. Excuse me, that's two ugly monkeys.
We built Africa 10 million years ago. And that's not easy to build.
It doesn't sound easy. I mean, how have you turned those themes into gameplay?
That's three ugly monkeys.
You play
what the fuck?
our last common ancestor, right, of all the big apes, and then you have to explore your environment, and eventually you expand.
Well, I will be right back.
territory, you
I'm sorry
expand
about
your
that,
plan,
but yeah, give me a minute or so, maybe two.
one badass character. You play a group of badass character, and eventually you evolve into different species, up until Lucy the Australopithecus, roughly 2 million years ago.
I imagine our ancestors had a lot more issues to deal with than we do today. There's going to be a lot more dangers in this world, so tell me a bit more about those.
Well, it's all about from a prey to a predator. Basically, at the beginning of the game, everybody's there to kill you and devour you. And basically, at the end, it's pretty much you. You're the predator, and everybody's afraid of you. And that's the idea of Ancestors, the Humankind Odyssey.
So, Patrice, ultimately, what is the key to evolving your clan successfully?
Curiosity. You need to explore, because, you know, I made a game about characters and you needed to follow the story I wrote for you. This time, you're basically writing the story, right? There's no story per se inside. It's not about going and see mission givers. It's not about looking at the mini-maps and the little dots. It's about you, hey, Homo sapiens. Can you survive like our ancestors did? And that's the question I'm asking the players. It'll be for you to answer that question August 27th.
Well, I was
on PC first.
I was going to ask you when we can see it, and you answered my question first. Thank you so much,
getting
Patrice.
good at this.
As Patrice says, Ancestors will be released August 27th, and you can learn more at ancestorsgame.com.
Thank you.
One thing, what is this? Did I just miss the best shit? Imba! Nope, didn't miss shit. Auto chess? No. Fuck you, no. Never.
Please welcome to the stage, Loring Lee, founder and CEO of Dragon Nest.
Indeed, auto chess has turned out to be a sensation, with hundreds of thousands, millions of players getting a taste of it. And here to talk about its coming to PC is Loring Lee. Take it away, Loring.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. I'm Loring Lee. Yeah. Hello. Hello. Yeah. I'm the CEO and the founder of Dragon's Game. Dragon's Game is a game developer.
Dragon's Game? What the fuck?
China. I'm so happy to be here today on this stage to introduce our game, Auto Chess, to all of you. This is really exciting moment for us. As the trailer says, this is a real engaging game of Auto Chess. Dragon's now is working with the creator of Auto Chess, Jodo Studio. We are working together to bring Auto Chess to our world, both on PC and mobile, so that everyone from anywhere with any device can enjoy the same fun of Auto Chess. Now we are building the PC version with by using the game engine of Unreal Engine.
I like it, Chad. I like what you're doing. Very much.
Unreal Engine is one of the best game engines of the world. With the help of Epic Games and by the power of Unreal, I believe we can finish our job quickly and efficiently. And today, I'm very glad to announce the PC version of Auto Chess will be coming to the Epic Games Store
Nobody cares.
I look forward to all of you playing auto chess on PC later this year. Okay, thank you everyone.
Thank you, Loring Lee.
Yeah, cool. Thank you.
Thanks so much for sharing the news with us.
Nobody cares.
Once again, Auto Chess, if you have not played it, you must check it out. It is so fun.
Yeah, I wonder why he's on stage. Isn't the show powered by Epic
I understand
Store?
it's an inspired indie game.
Oh, yeah.
We'll find out, Sean, because one of the things we love about PC gaming is the way that game creators from all over the world can draw inspiration from one another's work. Chris Tales is a great example of that, a gorgeous indie love letter to classic JRPGs developed by a team in Colombia. Chris Tales' spin on the genre brings a unique perspective that lets you see the past, present, and future on one screen at the same time. So you'll see the future change based on your decisions in real time.
They're gonna be shit.
Here's the world-exclusive reveal of Chris Tales.
Why does everything need a gimmick? Show gameplay. It looked quite colorful during the preview. Now show gameplay. Oh boy.
If you saw what was, what is, and what would be. If you knew how it ends.
Don't care. Nope.
Could you make the hard decisions? And would you be strong enough to fight?
Yep, don't care. Nope, never mind. I don't care no more.
If you learn from the past and act in the present.
What the fuck?
You can rewrite the future.
Well, it does. Whoa. Look decent. There's no odd stuff, what I'm trying to say. There's a demo on Steam! Download that shit! Whoa!
PC gaming.
Holy
it's
shit!
Not the size of your weapon, it's how you use it. And I'm holding one of the, well, quite frankly, it's a bit average, isn't it? It's just your average, you know, Glock, really. No. It's one of the ridiculous alien weapons from our next game, Valfaris. A brutal, heavy metal-infused 2D action platformer inspired by true old-school classics like Contra and Turrican. Assuming the role of fearless warrior,
Remember those games? That should be.
players must blast and slash their way through the doomed citadel of Valfaris, overcoming its deadly environments and enemies before challenging the arcane evil at its very heart. Get ready to rip the galaxy a new
Chris Tales,
wormhole.
free to play, that's a
From
demo.
Publisher Big Sugar, this is Valfaris.
What does it need? Can I play it? Core, I have that. RAM, don't have that. GeForce, I can't play it, let's download. Oh, I can't. That's a demo, never mind me. Probably can't play it. That's the demo button. 3 gigabytes I don't have room for that. I'm sorry. Maybe at a later date. Oh, Valfaris, yeah, I've seen this before. I remember it looked quite decent.
Just incredible action in the Valfaris trailer. I'm very excited for our next guest. In case you have not been in downtown LA, E3 is covered with Borderlands 3 art. It's amazing, it's beautiful.
Wow.
And joining me is the amazing and beautiful Paul Sage, creative director of Borderlands 3.
Beautiful's a new one, thanks.
Yeah, there you go, Paul. Welcome. I mean, there's been so much hype around Borderlands 3.
Yeah,
What's the
epic.
stuff you're really excited to be sharing this year at E3?
Oh man, so you know we've talked about our Vault Hunters. Well, this time we get to talk about Mose, and she is our gunner Vault Hunter, so
Yeah.
she has a big mech, so it's one of the things. all about loot. We're talking about, the different loot, such as shields, grenades, those things, going to different planets. So a lot of stuff to talk about.
Well, I want to start right off with Mose. Tell us everything you can about her.
Okay, yes, I'll tell you everything I can. So Mose, again, like I said, she's a mech pilot. She
fuck?
has this big mech. It's called Iron Bear. She gets into
Yep.
Iron Bear.
Chat don't care. How many people don't care? 30,000 people don't care. Good.
Or a railgun, or a flamethrower. If you want to barbecue.
I say, I hope this fucking
that.
bombs.
So,
to see bitch for
Mose
shit.
is a terrifically fun character for us right now.
Now, we've been excited to be collating a whole bunch of community questions. We're going to break them into two categories. First,
Where did you steal money from this time?
that I want to make sure we get to.
Sure
right
wasn't
now. One of the
Sega.
big categories is about loot, because you've mentioned having a billion guns earlier, but what can you tell us about some of the other gear, the other progression systems in the game?
Yeah, so let's talk about grenades, like one of my favorite things that we don't get to talk about a lot. So in the past, we've had grenades that they've had like one thing. They can bounce, they can stick to different things, This time, we're combining like all of those things. So for instance, the other day I was playing and I threw a grenade, and that grenade had a bounce, it would stick, an explosion would come out, and the grenade would fire guns as it was going through, right? So we have like a ton of different grenades that are in there.
Really? Did it? It fucking crashed.
Where if you duck,
Oh, it's
that shield
back.
will
Too
extend out
bad.
in front of you, so just tons of different things that we have with our characters. Class mods are unique, and that they give you skills.
Oh yeah, it's shitting up.
Skills you currently have.
I also remember earlier you mentioned about artifacts. What are those?
So artifacts are, we've kind of concentrated on like, hey, does the game feel fluid? Can I, slide into things? Can I jump? Can I mantle?
What the fuck is going on?
So when we were playing with that, we
This is not my connection. Chat is seeing it too.
Well, that's kind of fun. So why don't we do something like that? So our artifacts actually add certain things to movement. So for instance, you can slide faster. You can slide, and every time you slide, there's an explosion. We have something we call.
What the fuck? It's fucking crashing.
A second category of questions unrelated to loot.
Oh, look at chat!
Questions
There it goes.
unrelated to loot. Well, there's going to be a single-player campaign. What's going to be happening after the campaign? What are some of the beyond the single-player, maybe end-game content that you can talk about?
All right, in-game content. Okay, well, it's E3, so I give a little bit. So we have this thing what we call the Guardian system. So for those people who played Borderlands before, you might remember Badass Ranks. Badass Ranks, you can get, it's
I
basically
don't
kind of
remember
a
that.
progression system that added to your stats.
Yeah.
We doubled down on that. We have what we call Guardian Rank. And Guardian Rank not only has that infinite progression, but it has skills and different skins that you can open up as you go through. And the cool thing about that is like every character that you play on that account gets the benefits of Guardian Rank.
Oh, interesting. All right, last category we're going to go through, and then we're going to hit some rapid-fire questions.
Sure.
How do the boss fights in Borderlands 3 compare to Borderlands 1 and 2? I know those were big aspects.
Really?
How do you build upon that?
Right, so I think of a boss fight, like I'm an old school Nintendo fan, right? So I love huge boss fights that have like three phases and stuff like that. So now those people, smart people in the audience know that we've talked about going to vaults instead of vault, right? And
Smart
so
people.
Like huge boss encounters there that are just multi-phase boss encounters. We have like a lot of different mini bosses throughout the game, so a lot of different boss encounters throughout the game.
Well, now I want to ask some really quick questions that should be
Where
yes or no,
did you
very
steal
brief.
your money from?
First from Castray. How will you be handling multiplayer?
Multiplayer, we will basically be allowing anybody to jump in at any time. So
awesome. From MHL Animations, can I pet the gun? Great question.
I'm not here to judge what you do with your gun, so that's a personal question.
All right, great. Sam Wiseman asks, is Maya's new companion a siren?
People are asking the right questions. That's what I will say about that.
Oh, you tease.
I'm sorry.
All right, from Ironic Sanguine says, is Tiny Tina going to be seen fighting alongside the Vault Hunters?
Definitely.
Yes.
See? Fuck you.
Nice. All right, I'm just going to blast through a couple more as fast as I possibly can. What's the level cap at launch?
50.
Will we get to see Flak?
Who?
Yes.
Will we see golden keys and or shift codes for Borderlands 3?
Absolutely.
Will there be duels?
Yes.
Other kinds of PvP?
Yes and no.
And also maybe.
And
perfect.
maybe, yeah.
And will you be able to transfer weapons between your characters?
Absolutely, right from the
When's
start.
it coming to
Perfect.
Steam?
And when is the damn game coming out?
To Steam.
Friday the 13th, 2019, September 13th.
Perfect. Borderlands.com for more information.
I saw it.
Thanks
That's
so much
for
joining me on
crashing the
stage,
stream.
Todd.
I saw it.
And once again, if you have not seen all the setups in downtown for Borderlands 3, they're beautiful. Our next game, we're going to be revisiting a guest that we saw earlier in the show.
Yeah, you gotta stay up there now, don't ya?
Frankie, what you got for us?
That's a shark! It was a teeth!
Oh, hi. We're
Is it
live.
Drake's
Sorry.
Cakes again?
No, I was just, yeah, I
No.
was actually testing out my outfit for this weekend. I don't know, what do you think?
Damn.
I think you look really sharp, as always.
I've never
Very
wanted to
sure.
fuck a fish
Thank you
before,
so
but
much.
holy
John
shit.
Gibson, president of Tripwire, thank you for joining us again on the show.
Yeah, very excited to be
busy
here.
man, yes.
Yes.
Now, last year, we revealed Man-Eater to the world. And can you remind anyone who missed it what the game's all about?
Absolutely. Maneater is an open world action RPG, or Shark PG as we call it.
Heh.
You start with a small baby shark pup, and you have to survive in this harsh world and try to eat your way to the top of the ecosystem. The 3 words that we think sum the game up the best are eat, explore, and evolve. And we also have someone we'd like you to meet.
Well,
Can I
let's
turn
meet
into
him
a
then. Let's take
megalodon?
look at the new trailer.
Why? Oh, look, it's a shark's friend. Yep, big shark friend.
Come any closer with that camera, we two gonna tussle.
So there's a friend on the... Why are they coming to Epic now? What the fuck?
John,
Epic. Sure, fuck you too.
who was that appallingly dressed fisherman in the trailer? Because quite frankly, not even I would eat him.
That was Scaly Pete. And Scaly Pete's the villain in this tale. Pete
What?
is a best fisherman in the Gulf, the best shark fisherman, or he'll tell you he's the best shark fisherman. And he disfigures our baby shark at the beginning of the game and does some really nasty things. So he's not a very nice guy. And now the story of Maneater is told
So not a shark
through the lens
friend.
of a reality show called Shark Hunters versus Maneaters. And it follows
There,
Pete
guys,
and,
look, it's the
their
GIF.
shark
It's a Katy
on
Perry
its
shark.
adventures. And
That's what I wanted to
you know,
see.
it's a really, you know, it's a very exciting way to tell a story.
And based on that trailer, to be honest, John, it looks like your main goal as a shark is to just bite him.
Good job, PC Gamer.
Yeah, there is an awful lot of man-eating going on in this game. That is the name of the game. And but we'd like to think of the game as a shark-tastic fun action game. It's like GTA if you were a shark. But there's
Can I drive a boat?
there is more to the game than just eating. So we spent a lot of time moving through the water, breaching out, and
Whoa.
And adding abilities to go up on the beach for an afternoon snack.
This looks quite
So
good.
there's a lot of exciting things that you can do in the game.
And you mentioned before it's a shark PG. How does that progression system work?
So there's 3 facets to the Shark PG elements of the game. There's growth, there's life phases, and there's
I would play
evolutions.
this,
So
just not on
growth,
Epic.
comes about through eating things, nutrients, people.
I want to
whatever
be a
you can find.
megalodon.
And that's kind of like your XP in the game. That allows you to level up. Your shark will grow a little bit. You'll get more powerful. And then at key phases that we call life phases, you'll make a big jump. So let's say you're a brooding teenage shark, and you're about to become an adult. When you become an adult, you take a big leap in size, a big leap in power and capability.
Megalodon!
And then as you reach these life phases, you unlock evolutions that can be applied to parts of the shark's body. For
Megalodon!
example, you could get metallic teeth that allow you to shred boats.
What the fuck?
Or a powerful tail that allows you to jump to incredible heights. Or you could get mutated lungs that allow you to spend a little more time on the beach getting those afternoon snacks.
Just really quickly, John, everyone's wanting to know this question. When's it coming out?
No
So we're
megalodon.
really hard hammerheading away at this game and trying to make it the most awesome shark RPG ever. We're not ready to announce a date, but we're pretty certain you're going to see it before the next PC gaming show.
Well, I hope we do, John. Otherwise, I'm going to have to start biting people. In fact, I'm quite hungry at the moment, so I think actually I'm going to find an audience member because you guys look tasty. So I'll see you in a bit. I'm just going to have a snack. Thank you, John.
Thank you.
It's a gaming race chair. I'm on wood. I'm on wood. Pretty good wooden chair quality. Fuck you. Racing chair. Doesn't it cost like $50 to produce in China? What the fuck? No.
You know, one of the absolute best parts about being sponsored by iWin for the PC gaming show is that I get to sit.
It's
for the
eWin.
segment and
That's
talk
an
to
E.
you
That's not an
about
I.
Terraria. Terraria is one of the best-selling PC games of all time, selling almost 30 million copies. And part of the reason why it's maintained such popularity is the fact that the developers Relogic continue to add content, going from 250 items at release to now over 4,000. Let's take
Whoa.
a look at their penultimate expansion coming up, Terraria Journey's End.
Is it for free? Ugh. Oh, golf! That's pretty good. It's a Nautilus, I see it. It crashed again. That.
Oh, yeah. The next title that we're going to be looking at is a game that is the spiritual successor to Her Story. It's called Telling Lies by Annapurna Interactive.
Her Story.
Is game director Sam Barlow and actor-producer Logan Marshall Green. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Nice to be here.
Yeah.
My main man. Now, if you haven't played Her Story, you totally should. It's fantastic. I want to note.
It's not.
It is a game where you watch live interactive video in order to uncover what happened.
It's a game you could play on YouTube.
What's going on in Telling Lies? What's the premise?
So, like Her Story, Telling Lies is a game in which you watch video footage to piece together a story. And this time we have a woman who has stolen an NSA hard drive.
Oh,
contains
no.
secretly recorded, intimate and private conversations between our four characters.
Is it still gonna be
Something
shit?
has gone terribly wrong, and it's up to you to figure out what and why.
It's time to take a look at some of the gameplay.
Look, I have a
mechanics.
twin.
Telling
I'm the
Lies in
murderer.
action. Let's take a look.
I don't care. Annapurna, I never will care. Jesus Christ.
Once upon a time.
It's late. I gotta get her in the bath. I don't love you and I don't miss you. You already know too much.
It's a cam girl!
It's late. I gotta get her in the bath.
That's the lie.
I love you.
She's drowning her right now, I can tell.
I love you.
No!
I've only ever been in love once. It was with a girl I met when I was 18, but I was too young and naive to handle it properly.
Sure.
I guess I still carry a torch for it, which makes me an incurable romantic or underdeveloped emotionally.
Look, there's the cam girl again.
I'm a loyal friend.
Yep, definitely a cam girl. Look at her, look at her!
A man died in my eyes at work today. We haven't done anything.
Eating sugar? No.
Oh, Sam, I got some questions for you about what we've just seen. I mean, talk to me
You know,
about
since I don't care,
mechanics. I mean,
give me
I
a second.
saw,
I'll be right back.
subtitles up, highlighting, and it was loading more video footage. What's going on?
So what we do in Telling Lies is we take all of the exploration you would have in a normal video game, so all that walking around in a 3D world, and we apply that directly to the story, to the footage itself. So you're going to be scrubbing around in these clips, paying close attention, and you're going to be picking up on the subtext, listening to names, people, places. And with that information, you're going to use that to find more clips, dig into those, and over time kind of build up this picture of the story. And it's truly like an open world video game.
Well, I mean, a lot of times with open world video games, they talk about, the square kilometerage or miles in America. What's the sort of scope that we're talking about? Like, how many hours of footage is there?
So we got like over 10 hours of footage here.
Wow,
so
really?
It's a story that encompasses like 2 years. What I wanted to do with this one was, like I say, really embrace this idea of
It's back.
Open world game.
Did I miss anything important? Probably not.
Just lose yourself in this story. All the characters. It's this huge, messy, colorful story that we're trying to tell.
Well, I'm curious, Logan, as a performer in this kind of game, what is it like to actually try to have all the layers in there for each performance, also not knowing when a player is going to be seeing the specific footage you're performing?
Well, it's definitely a non-linear open world game, but our approach and Sam's approach was...
It ain't open world!
Not unlike a movie or a TV show, and we had to understand it A to B. And so, for the most part, that's how we shot it. Obviously, when you're shooting a movie or a TV show, and in this case, a game, you're going to be shooting out of order, but we actually stayed pretty linear in how we approached the story.
It's almost like people do not like the Epic Game Store.
Times we're actors, we just went
or
after
Epic period.
And then what do we want? And we tried to make it as deep. It's got a lot of scope. But we wanted to make it as deep as possible. And Sam is...
I have too many windows open. This can't be good for my PC. You know what?
Nice.
It is good. Holy shit!
Now, of course,
CPU is only at like 40%.
Have not played her story. It's
Well, I guess
great to
because
play
nothing's
through. It's
happening.
Absolutely brilliant.
But still.
Please check it out in the meantime. But we're of course waiting to find out, when can we play?
And where can we play it?
Very soon, I promise. We'll have a date soon. Right now, you can go to Steam. You can wishlist it on Steam. We're on Steam.
Steam. We are on Steam. Ooh. See that, Day 9. Just schmuckling around.
Fantastic.
Desperate to get it out there.
Yeah. As soon as humanly possible.
We are on
Sam
Steam.
Logan, thanks so much for joining me on stage. Once again, telling lies.
Well, your game might be shit, but I like what you're
On
doing.
the balcony, Frankie's going to be talking to us about a game that my friends, year after year after year, keep telling me I have to play because of how much they've improved it. Frankie, what's going on with Warframe?
Well, one of my
Warframe's still happening.
favorite parts of last year's show, aside from being upstaged by a giant duck, was getting a glimpse at the
Yeah,
future.
Drake's Cakes. I remember.
And here with the latest look at the next expansion to the universe is Space Mum Rebecca Ford. So, chat, behave yourselves, please, because Mother's here. Now, Rebecca, what are we about to see?
We're going to take a look at an amazing trailer that our team has put together. A lot of our players have been waiting a year for a look at what we've been calling Railjack, so it's about time to, see what we've been doing.
Yeah, let's take a look.
Show it. Brap! What am I looking at? What? What the fuck is this shit? Huh? Is it still set to 1080? Yeah, nothing changed. Why the quality shit? It's blurry as all fuck. Empyrean. Didn't learn shit. Sure. I mean, that's good at least.
Rebecca, it must be so exciting to know that the fans have finally seen it, and you're clearly going all in on the epic space combat. So tell me about the new stuff that players are going to be able to experience.
I wasn't shaking before we started talking, and now I am because it's real, because, Empyrean is what we're calling codename Railjack. It's basically taking the space ninja part of Warframe, sending it back up to space, bringing players that squad gameplay they know, taking the enemies like the Corpus and the Grineer, giving them their own Railjack to essentially explore the solar system with and take down the bad guys.
And when are fans going to get to see more?
Well, TennoCon is in London, Ontario. It's July 6th, and you can come watch it online on Twitch. We're going to be showing a lot more in our keynote for what Empyrean is going to be.
Well, today I'm getting a feel for the suit. So what's the deal with that sweet-looking Necros Prime? How do I get my Tenno arms into it?
I cannot say that on live television, but you know, there are ways. But yeah, you just have to link your Warframe account to your Twitch account. If you watch 30 minutes of our Tenno live show, you can get it. But hopefully you stay for the whole hour because we got lots to show.
Well, thank you so much, Rebecca, and good luck with TennoCon.
Better not be late.
Thank you. Okay, now we've seen some amazing stuff today, but nothing quite so gloriously strange as our next game. Developed by Brooklyn-based studio
Is the Big Bang shit?
It's an existential-based Chad's Odyssey set during the Big Bang. Yeah,
It is.
actually blown my mind learning about this one. Buckle up, everyone, because we're about to get bonkers with Genesis Noir.
Can't wait to ignore this game on Steam. Excuse me, on Epic. Look, that's the Big Bang. The gun also makes a Big Bang. That's meta, you get it? Yep, I can't wait to ignore this on the Epic Game Store. Why is the Big Bang so jazzy? Almost like it doesn't make sense, eh? Genesis. That's a good band. Genesis Noir. It is on the... It's nowhere! Can't even buy it on Steam!
Genesis Noir, just
Sure.
beautiful, stylish art. The next game we're going to take a look at is the twist on the stealth genre. It's called El Hijo, where you play as a 6-year-old trying to escape a monastery and find your mother using toys and tricks to avoid monks. Let's take a look at this gorgeous spaghetti western inspired project from Studio Handy Games.
Could still be fine. It's not fine. No, it is fine! You got thrown out. Why is it a female that's a monk? Monastery, excuse me. Speaking and thinking is hard. I see those squibbles, fuck you. Give me a second. Okay, never mind me. Chad is just out of sync. Or maybe I am. El Hijo. I very on nothing.
El Hijo, once again, is the
Hijo!
title of the trailer
Ho-ho!
we just
Ho-ho!
saw. For our final guest tonight, please join me in welcoming from Larian Studios CEO Sven Vinke, and from Dungeons and Dragons at Wizards of the Coast, the creative director of
German?
Dungeons and Dragons, Mike Merles, to talk about
Vinke?
Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah, don't crush me now. Yeah!
Now, this was only just recently announced. How did this partnership come about?
We went to see Wizards of the Coast at the end of Divinity Original Sin 1.
Yeah.
That was back in 2014. And I tried to convince them back then that they should give us the Baldur's Gate 3 license. And they said, yeah. But we had a long chat about
give us the license.
And then we kept on bumping into each other. And then suddenly in 2016, I get a phone call from Nathan Stewart, who's the big boss of Mike and the head of Dungeons & Dragons. He said, you need to come to Seattle right away. We're going to have dinner in a very shady restaurant. And he had this big stack of paper with him. And
that's why I love Warframe. Whoa, that was epic.
Send this to my board. Do you still want to do it? Yeah, of course I still want to do it. And then a couple of weeks later, we started negotiating, and here we are.
I mean, what does the Baldur's Gate franchise mean to you, Mike?
Oh,
money!
It's the crown jewel of D&D computer games, right? I mean, for me personally, Baldur's Gate, the original one, was finally I had the chance to actually play a D&D campaign rather than having to run them for all my friends. So it means so much to us. Baldur's Gate, it's such fantastic storytelling, and it's so exciting to see it come to not only a new generation of gamers, but for the gamers who remember the 20 years it's been since the original, the first two in the series. So it's incredibly exciting. And for us, it really is. It's such an important part of the D&D mythos as a whole.
And we got a chance to see the trailer. Talk to me about some of the story elements, the world elements. What are things we're going to see in Baldur's Gate 3?
Mind Flayer.
We're only talking about what's in the trailer right now, but obviously you're going to go to the city, because we start with the city. You start outside of the city, actually. There's going to be Mind Flayers. They're very nasty.
Yeah, who would have guessed?
You are seeing in the trailer the process of ceremorphosis, as we would call it. It's accelerated, so that's not normal.
Yeah.
And you're going to see a lot of iconic creatures, iconic characters, iconic places, and that's
Wait, is he turning into the Mind Flayer?
About some of the gameplay elements, because obviously
I haven't played Baldur's Gate.
Big resurgence of Dungeons and Dragons, tons of broadcasts on Twitch. I mean, how do you translate some of the insane things that players want to do into what has to be a
It looks like he's turning into the Mind Flayer.
So
Why?
we started with the player handbook, which is basically the basic rule set of Dungeons & Dragons.
Which player handbook? Which edition?
5th edition. 5th edition.
Yeah.
And so we ported as much as we could to the video game. We looked at what works really well. We looked at the things that didn't work that well, because it is a video game, and this was made for tabletop gaming. And so we started modifying those things, and then we had to add things on top of it, because if you play tabletop, you have a game master, and you say, well, I want to do this.
Yeah.
And then the
I
game
want to
master
start a fight with a pigeon, and he's like, okay, roll for dexterity.
Exactly, that's it. So we had to add systems to make that possible within the game. But we've gone very, very far.
Yeah, I mean, can you give an example of like a crazy moment that a player might do that you could actually play out in the game?
Well, I could, let's say that we get into a fight because you ask a nasty question, I don't want to answer it. And I take the chair over there, I put it on fire, smash it on your head. Well, just as an example.
It's just an example, this is fine, we're just talking, we're just talking.
These are things that we have to put systems into the game for to do it, which are not necessarily going to be described inside of the book.
Interesting. And I mean, like,
don't say Skyrim, don't you dare, chat.
You have tons of data of all the things that players do. What's the sort of information that you provide in assistance?
Well, really what it comes down to is providing the story support.
I can't believe chat. Oh, Witcher 3. I just finished it.
For dungeon masters and players to go into and build
good story, shit gameplay.
A lot of it was just opening up.
At least it's better than Skyrim, that's for sure.
Giving that kind of guidance, like I remember one of our first meetings.
Wait, why the fuck is Dragon Age 2 even down there? That game is shit.
Asking a lot of questions, like what kind of story do you want to tell? Where do we want to go? What are the cool locations we always wanted to put in a game like this? And then in terms of the system support, what does it mean in terms of the story for each character, for each character race, each character class? So that if you have your favorite class and it's in the game, you really feel like you're taking on that role that you love so much from the tabletop. It's really coming to life in an authentic way in Baldur's Gate 3.
And we're going to talk in a moment about Baldur's Gate 3 release dates and whatnot, but we have a second game that we want to talk about on a new technology known as pencil and paper. I understand that there is a tabletop prequel coming for Baldur's Gate.
Exactly. So in Baldur's Gate, we think there's one saga, all the different games coming together to tell one grand story of this city. So on September 17th, we're releasing our next tabletop campaign, Baldur's Gate: Descent into Avernus, and it is the next chapter in the Baldur's Gate saga, and it's a prequel to Baldur's Gate 3. So if you haven't played a Baldur's Gate game since Baldur's Gate 1 or 2, this is your chance to check out on the history. It's been about 100 years since the events of Baldur's Gate 2.
Yeah.
So this will give you a chance to check in on the city, to see what's going on, its current state, who the movers and shakers are. We also feature a complete campaign that takes you from the mean streets of Baldur's Gate to the depths of hell itself. And sort of pose to the players a question: do you want to redeem Baldur's Gate or send it to damnation? So we're putting that right in players' hands to make that choice.
Well, I have to ask Sven, it's a question on a lot of people's minds.
When?
Talk to us about expected release timeframes.
So people have been waiting for it for a long time.
Yeah.
They're gonna have to
Early
wait a
next
little
year?
bit more, when it's ready.
Okay.
This is the game that we want to play, so we want to make sure it's really, really good. And then when that's the case, then we'll release it.
Well, I know a lot of people have been waiting a long time, and I think I speak for a lot of people here when I say, take your time. If the Divinity Original Sin games are any indication of the quality, it's going to be fantastic and worth the wait. Gentlemen, thanks so much for joining me on stage.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Ben and Mike talking about Baldur's Gate 3. Goodbye. Goodbye, guys. Why are they leaving? Well, it's because the PC gaming show has officially concluded. Let's bring up on the stage the fantastic Frankie Ward. Come here, Frankie.
Hello. Well,
Where did the shark
thank you so
go?
much, Sean. Hasn't this audience been absolutely fantastic today?
Guys, thank you so much for coming out to the 5th annual PC Gaming Show.
5 years, holy shit, I've been looking at this shit for 5 years.
We want to, of course, thank all of you who personally showed up this morning, and of course the sponsors who helped make this possible.
Epic,
Epic
lol.
Game Store, Frontier,
Epic.
Funcom, Paradox Interactive, Hovercast, Perfect World Rebellion, Tripwire, and Samsung. As you know, PC gaming is a platform. It's not a publisher or developer, so these sponsors are essential for letting us put on this show.
Yeah, where was my
Thank you
Drake's
so
Geeks?
much. And I gotta ask Frank, any titles you're excited about?
Well, I do love a baby elephant, so definitely Planet Zoo, and slightly more awkwardly, then I also want to eat things. Maybe elephants included, so man-eater, of course.
Well,
I'm personally
she
looking
has
forward to Songs of
excellent
Conquest,
taste.
And as you heard, there's games coming out all across 2019 and into 2020. We hope you all have a fantastic E3. It officially begins tomorrow. Big shout out to all the other press conferences. Hello again, Drop Frames. Good to see you 2 years in a row. We hope you all have a fantastic time at E3 and go play some games and make some friends. See you next year. Bye, bye, bye.
Thank you so much. Goodbye.
Okay. That was that then. I didn't like this as much as I liked the one last year. Last year was funny. And some technical difficulties. This only had technical difficulties. There was nothing funny. Where was my 2-point hospital equivalent? Nothing. Well, I guess that's the PC gaming show. Now that being said, do I don't shit. No, I do I? I do! Good. Next up would be limited. What the fuck is limited run? That starts in. Really? 10 minutes? Yeah, no. Limited run, never heard of it. Probably will watch it and just see what that is all about, but won't stream it. But after that, Ubisoft in like 2 hours. 1 hour to be precise. After that is AMD. Probably will do that too. Because I kinda wanna see what they are all about. Kinda funny. What the fuck is that? Square Enix and Nintendo, okay? I will be back in time for Ubisoft, it is. So, till then, take care, bye bye, and see ya. Bye bye.